Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to RanDOTA. As always, I am D, your host for the show where the meta doesn't matter, and this is another live game. Hope you guys enjoyed number 100. Got 4 to go. After counting this one, I have 4 to go before I hit the 2-year mark on this series.
Silencer.
But that's not important. That's neither here nor there. We've already had 3 picks, 2 for the Radiant, or 1 for the Radiant, 2 for the Dire. Dire currently have an Invoker and a Silencer, whereas the Radiant currently just have Kunkka. So far, not really much to say right now. Although the Terrorblade Anti-Mage ban is kind of important to notice. And there's the Shadow Shaman for the Radiant, so they've got some good lockdown already. And there's the Night Stalker. This is around a 7,300 or so MMR game. Templar Assassin picked up for the Radiant. Good choices.
Seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Ooh, an Enigma pickup. That's always fun. The living embodiment of gravity. If you're wondering about that, it's related to his black hole thing, but there's actually more than that. Phantom Lancer, okay. Not the best pick into an Enigma or a Silencer, but anyway, what I was talking about with Enigma, there are 4 characters called fundamentals in this game. Enigma is 1, Io the Wisp is another, Keeper of the Light, and Chaos Knight are the other 2. Each one of them represents one of the 4 fundamental forces of the universe, or it's thought they do. Enigma, obviously, represents the universal force of gravity. Give me just a second and I'll look up the other 3. Weaver, though, is the last pick for the Dire. And there we go. Yeah. Okay, so the 4 fundamental forces, for those of you that do not know, there's the force of gravity, which is Enigma. There's the force of electromagnetism. And then there's the 2... I'll get to that in just a second. We also then have the strong nuclear and the weak nuclear forces. I don't remember which one of the other 3 represents which, but if you look into it, it's actually quite interesting. What's also interesting is the Radiant's last pick of the Underlord. You don't really see the Abyssal Underlord that often. Now we do have some pros in this. I mean, 7k MMR is usually limited to pros. One of these people, I'm not going to say which because I don't remember, is supposed to be Eternal Envy. So yeah, we do have EE Sama. Yep, there. Eternal Envy is here. See if we got anybody else that we can identify. TMT, no. Clownster, no, don't recognize those 2. And out comes another Sunstrike, this time landing on the Shadow Shaman, but, I mean, level 1 Sunstrike, not that dangerous. It's mostly, if you're wondering why people use the Sunstrike so early on, it's mostly used as a scouting tool. It's like, okay, so we know this is where each person is going. It also, the reason you use it on the fountain like that is because if your team is paying attention, you can see what items each member of the other team is starting with. To be fair, though, the Radiant had a good call with using the smoke early on, so that they could not actually see the items picked by the Dire could not actually see the items picked by the Radiant. They'll be able to now, of course, because the smoke is broken through time. Oh! Firestorm has already come out. Weaver's used. There goes Shikuchi. Ooh, the torrent actually lands on the Night Stalker as it shackles. They're gonna go on him. This is gonna be dangerous. And PMA is gonna be our first blood.
First blood. There's nothing more mysterious until it has been spilled.
Alright, we'll go ahead and introduce the team. Starting with the Dire, we have PMA on the Night Stalker, who's gonna be probably wandering around. TMT playing on the Weaver in the top lane, supported by Jack on the Silencer. Up against them is going to be Meme to Win, playing the Underlord for the Radiant. For the Radiant in the mid lane, we have Destrice, I don't know, playing the Kunkka. Currently supporting Waiting for You on the TA. They're both up against Abeng for RR. That might be. There is actually no. I think there's actually a pro named it goes by RR. PMA is actually in the mid lane as well on the Night Stalker, but the Invoker played by Ebang in the mid lane for the Dire. Finally, in the bottom lane, I have no idea. Kemov, playing on the Shadow Shaman in the bottom lane to help out, let it all out of you. Playing on the Phantom Lancer, and they're up against 99 on the Enigma. Meanwhile, ooh, the Invoker actually falls here. Those Psyblades, they do some serious damage. Jokingly saying, go end it now. It's not even 2 minutes in. But yeah, the Psyblades, you gotta watch out for Phantom Assassin, or Templar Assassin, sorry. The Psyblades give her better range than you think, and you can also hit somebody on the other side of a creep wave without actually attacking them. It does also hit invisibles, like it says. But you can't actually bash with the Psyblades unless the thing hits the main target, of course.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
We got here just as 99 falls to let it all out of you. And he did let it all out of him, so. The Eidolons are still here. Actually pretty rare that you see an Enigma without any items, but he still looks pretty cool. It's one of the simpler models if you just look at the basics of it. But at the same time it's one of the nice. It's still well done. Abang might be dying here again, but nope. He's gonna back off just enough. Maybe. He's gone Forge Spirits and Cold Snap for his 2 spells right now. It's good choices. TMT's been pretty quiet up here. Just doing his job and farming. He's actually keeping up with the Phantom Assassin. Next marks the spot, and the Invoker's in trouble, but the Cold Snap might be enough. Cold Snap is gonna... Oh, it would be, but not for the Ether Shock. They do... PMA does manage to get a revenge kill onto the PA, but oh! The Torrent lands, and another Ether Shock. Double kill for the Shadow Shaman. Uh-oh. Underlord's not going to make it out of this. Yep. Jack gets that kill, which also means he's got 2 free intelligence from the Underlord.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
An invisible Phantom Assassin, or Templar Assassin. I keep saying Phantom Assassin. Sunstrike coming out. Is it going to be enough? It's going to be enough to secure the Shadow Shaman kill, but it's not going to save the Invoker. And in fact, the Night Stalker picks up that kill on the Shaman. Six to 3. Spirit Lance out on 99. But the Eidolons and the Midnight Pulse are going to keep the Phantom Lancer back.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Oh man, this is totally harshing my mellow.
99 does actually fall.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Ding dong.
Oh, the TA is in trouble, but not bad enough that she's gonna die here. And there's the Ether Shock again. Shackles come out, but they didn't have any damage onto the Invoker there. They're activating the shrine, get the Templar back on her feet. Smoke a 3. Probably just gave away that there is a smoke. Oh, but the Enigma definitely did. The Ether Shock comes out. Ashes is shackled onto the Enigma. Gotta pull him back now. And there's the Torrent. 99's not surviving this.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Night Stalker's not missing. He's on his way. Plants the ward.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
The side traps are going out, but
Tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower
the Night Stalker just turns and starts smacking the TA.
top thing is about to get knocked bottom tower has fallen.
Meanwhile, PL shows his strength by pushing down the bottom tier 1. And the Invoker dies again. This was another kill for the Kunkka. Oh, but he actually ends up helping out getting a kill on the TA. Ends up being a 2-for-1 in the mid lane. Oh, but TA not in a good spot now. Can't escape this. Refraction gonna help, but not enough.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Bad dude's top tower gonna fall over soon.
The night is over. Luckily for the Radiant, the Night Stalker does not yet have level 6, so he can't just start extending the nights as much as he wants. Although that being said, Night Stalker's ultimate has been nerfed some. They cut the duration basically. Well, actually, they didn't cut it by that much. They cut it by 10 seconds, but so now at the end of it, you can keep day going for 40 seconds at most. That doesn't sound very long, but combat situations like this, yeah, that's a huge amount of time. They're really committing to killing these Eidolons. I mean, they're worth as much as a creep, so I think. Let's find out. Yeah, actually they're about the same as a creep, maybe a little bit less. Ooh, Death Strike. He gets hit with the Sunstrike and misses the Torrent, but the Cold Snap is going to help finish him.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, the shackles were there. And the TA finishes him off.
You never know.
One of the big things we gotta wait on is gonna be how good is the black hole from 99. Firestorm lands, as does the Pit of Malice. Also, Pit of Malice can re-hit somebody. Yeah, so if you're in there for the 3.6 seconds, if you get hit by the initial one and you're there at the 5-second mark, you'll get hit again with it. Pit of Malice is not a one-hit thing. I might have said that earlier and I wanted to correct myself if I did.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh, that's dangerous. An invisible enigma. Because if you can get a good, if you can land a good strong black hole, it'd be better if he had his blink dagger, but they really need silencer to get to 6 as well, because once he's at 6 and is global, Enigma becomes a much more dangerous prospect. Also, it disables the ability of the Underlord to pull them all away. That being said, Underlord is level 8 and doesn't have his ultimate skilled yet, so... Neither does... Oh, Kunk is only 5, so... Global is now online, folks. Out comes the meatball. If you're wondering what I mean by out comes the meatball, or if I ever refer to the Chaos Meteor as the meatball, it's actually a reference to something Invoker himself says. Because one of the things he can occasionally say when you cast Chaos Meteor is, "Behold the meatball." For being so serious and bombastic, he's actually pretty funny. I mean, come on, the guy's name is Carl. Which, fun story behind that. It's based on a mistranslation of the Chinese client. I think it was actually back in Dota 1, when the model for Invoker was Kael'thas Sunstrider. But they shortened it to Kael, K-A-E-L. It's a mistranslation or a fan translation for the Chinese client. Actually replaced the E with an R. So Kael became Carl. Ice Frog apparently loved it so much he ran with it and was like, okay, Invoker's name is actually Carl. I think I've mentioned this story before, but Tier 1 on top is gone as well. Out come the Serpent Wards. This is where the push for the Radiant gets really strong. They've got a lot of it, actually, with the Shadow Shaman, the Phantom Lancer. A little bit less with the Underlord too, but not as much. Because the Underlord, it's like, oh hey look, you're coming to get us here, we'll just shift down to the other lane. However, the Tier 1 on bottom is gone for the Radiant. 3 Tier 1s are gone. Meme to win, stuck behind the enemy tower. He actually takes a couple tower shots, pops the... Who's... Oh, he actually does have the buckler. Incoming Night Stalker, Pit of Malice and Firestorm get him on the incoming, but and he's gonna have to fly away. Excuse me. There's the Dark Rift. Oh, the courier does get sniped though. Right there. And it had some important things on it, so...
Invisibility.
They do have an invisible Kunkka who's got his boat now. Question is, who are they going to go for? They're grouping up as a 5 in the mid lane. Kunkka drops everything onto the Enigma. He's gone. 99 is dead. The global did get used there, but it was too late to save the Enigma. The Serpent Wards come out again onto the tier 2 in mid lane. It's gone. Destrace is trying to find TMT here, but he's not going to be able to. Meanwhile, the Phantom Lancer picks up the kill on the Night Stalker. The TA and the Shadow Shaman going in on Roshan. Giant golden chicken. Boat comes out again, misses the Weaver, but does secure the Aegis for the TA.
Missing middle.
Double damage on the Weaver, so he's doing quite a bit of damage. He's hitting quite hard, but... Let's see where things go from here. Although the tier 2 on top is under threat, it has no more backdoor protection because the creeps are here. Pit of Malice onto the Night Stalker. Waiting for you, jumps forward on the TA. And just destroys the Night Stalker. Even after he'd used Night, or he'd used his Darkness. Ooh, Guardian Greaves up. Some dewarding. Although the Underlord's been found, can they get him? No, they cannot, actually. They just back off. The Dire are actually starting to give up, I think. Oh, the Silencer falls, as does the Invoker is probably next on the menu. Yeah, he's gone. No, actually, oh! Damage over time? Huh. Chicken with the Ether Shock. There's the big meld shot. The Weaver comes back, gets melded into oblivion. The Silencer's here. He's popped the global. They're gonna kill the TA once, but they've lost 3 already, and they're not gonna get away with another one. The Night Stalker and the Invoker are calling for the end of it. They're gonna take the mid lane of Rax at the very least.
Dire's middle barracks are full. Dire's middle barracks are under attack. Hey, bad dudes, your middle barracks is like chopped liver or whatever ball.
Meanwhile, they're going on the top racks already.
Bad dudes barracks is now officially Dire's top barracks is full.
That's 2 lanes of Rax. Are they gonna... Yeah, they're gonna throne it. That's the 4.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It takes a while for them to get the T4s, but... This is looking like it's gonna be the end of it, folks.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Yep.
The evil dude's base is being owned.
The Ancient's going under. And there we go, folks. The Radiant win this one. Shorter game, 21-6 for just under 21 minutes. Not bad. If you enjoyed, please be sure to like or favorite the video. You can also leave a comment down below if you have anything you'd like to say. If you have a match you'd like me to check out, please send me the match ID. You find it here at the bottom of the score screen. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed, because I've been D. The Radiant walk away with this one after 20 minutes. So good night, and good gaming.